day, everybody. This is Aries JJ79. Today we will be doing a review of a box mod from a company called Outlier Modz. Now, Outlier Modz is a relatively new company. They've only been on the scene for about a year, maybe 2 years, but they put out some pretty decent work. Now, the box that they sent me is a 18650 switching box. Now, what that means is it's got an exterior switch on it that can change it between parallel and series mode without changing the orientation of the batteries. Now, as a full disclaimer, I do not recommend this type of box for your average introduction box because if you have a low build, say like a 0.1 or a 0.2 build on it, and you accidentally hit that switch, it throws it into series mode, and that can be extremely dangerous. So while your MOSFET can possibly bend your batteries, so that's something that you need to be aware of. Now, Outlier is known for their graphics. They put out some beautiful, beautiful boxes. I'll have full links to their page in the description down below. Now, you can put in custom graphics. They will allow custom graphics all they want, or you can have it just plain powder coated. I told them that I wanted my box to match my prosthetic, and the rest of the design I was going to leave up to them. So here's my prosthetic. Now, as you can see, it's got the Blue Angels on it. So here's what they sent me. Now, please mind you, my green screen is in effect, so this right down here is actually full colored. It's just glaring a little bit from my green screen. But as you can see, the graphics wrap around the box. And it's got a full 3D version of the Blue Angels on it. Now, this is accompanied by a translucent metallic blue, or I think they called it lollipop blue powder coat to it. It's a beautiful box, it really is. Under the door, we've got a wire cover with batteries. Now, I do have batteries in here, they're black batteries. But I'll show you a better look at this under the close-up. So let's go ahead and take a look under the hood. Now, like I said, this is a switching box. Let's move that out of the way real quick. So again, we've got the 3D graphics that go all the way around. Now, I call it 3D, but they're not true 3D. But when you look at the box from an angle, the graphics seem to wrap around the box, and it gives it a unique effect to it. Again, we've got 3D printed sled or tray cover that goes around and covers the wires. The sled is a 3D printed sled as well. Orientation stickers in there for safety. Let's go ahead and stick these back in there. Okay, now it's got an inline voltmeter. Now, right now, I've got fresh batteries in there at 4.19 volts. If we switch this switch, that pops it over to series mode, and hit the battery, and there we are at 8.39 volts. So, without changing the orientation of the batteries, it does swap really easily. It's a nice clean meter. They are using a Fat Daddy 510 with a spring-loaded pin. Yep, there we go, spring-loaded pin. It is a clean 510. The powder coat on this, like I said, is immaculate. Now, this particular color is a fingerprint magnet, so be wary of that if you're into that kind of thing. Now, when I originally got the box, it got a little shuffled up during shipping. So this wire plate came a little loose. So I was able to actually see the wires. The wiring job is clean. Have I seen cleaner boxes? Yes, but it is extremely clean. So they've come a long way since the first box of theirs that I saw. Now the lid, it's got really strong magnets onto it. The one suggestion that I would make to Outlier is be careful when you're powder coating the rim of the lid, because one thing that I've noticed is that yes, the magnets are clean, but there's a little bit of a gapping down here. I don't know if y'all can see that, but if I force that closed, it makes this next to impossible to get back open. So I'm just going to go ahead and leave mine where it's got that little bit of gap. That way I can pop into it easy in and out. It doesn't hurt that bad. So like I said, we've got this in parallel right now on at 4.2 volts. We're going to throw this build on it. Let's see what type of voltage drop it's got. Now this is on the Twisted Messes RDA. It is dual coil running at 0.198.2. So that's good. So voltage drop on a standard box with this type of build on it is going to be, for your average box, right around 0.5 volts. So let's see what it calculates out to. Let's go ahead and put that back on. Get it screwed onto the box. And yes, I do have the U.S. Navy date band on there. Got it in full match set. Okay, let's get this on matched up on there. Okay, so like I said, it should be around a 0.5 voltage drop, which would take those batteries from 0.4 or 4.2 down to about a 3.7. And there we have it. We're at a 3.7, almost on the button. So yeah, it's got average voltage drop, which is kind of impressive, being that this is a switching box and has extra wire and load that it's got to go through. So I'm kind of impressed by that. So let's go ahead and take this back out to FaceTime, give it a couple of vapes, and wrap this up. Now, like I said, you can find these boxes at Outlier. I did a quick comparison on the website as far as what this particular box right here would run. Now, with full custom graphics wrap, the high gloss powder coat, the switching option, the whole 9 yards. I mean, this is a full out. This is their pimped out version. Their price runs, I believe it was $209 shipped. Don't quote me on that. Of course, prices are always subject to change. But at this point in time, I believe this box runs $209 shipped. Would I go out and buy this box on my own? That's the question that everyone would ask. Probably. For the full customization options. Yeah, okay, now back off. I understand. That's a little bit high for a standard unregulated box mod. But realize that you're getting full custom graphics. I know there's some companies out there that would do this cheaper, but you get what you pay for. I mean, it is a clean box. Do I think it's a touch on the high side? Yeah, maybe just a touch. But again, you know, I'm not going to dig them. They're a new company. They're sourcing a lot of this themselves. You can get the regular 1590B box from them, or in this case, I got a custom CNC B box, or at least it's about the same dimensions as a B box, maybe a little bit smaller. It's got an LED switch to it, you know, voltmeter to it, the whole 9 yards. Do I think the LED switch is a little bit overplayed? Possibly. You know, the anti-vandal switches are really, really popular. I would have preferred one of them, but I'm not going to complain. The blue does kind of offset, you know, pop off with the rest of the blue theme going with the Blue Angels. Let's see how she behaves. It's a good box. Again, you know, you've got your good wire covering here, 3D printed sled, battery sled. These leads do not snag the battery wraps at all, which is a major plus in my opinion. A lot of the boxes out there, I don't know what it is about those sleds, but especially the Keystone sleds, they tend to grab a hold of your battery wraps, especially aftermarket battery wraps, and snag them up and tear them apart. This box is it's got a nice quality battery sled, and I'm actually kind of impressed with that. Full powder coat, like I said, it's a good quality box. Now, ideally, for this kind of type of custom work, I would want the price point to be around $150, $175. But I can't knock you guy for wanting to make a profit on his custom work. He does do his own graphics. He does do his own powder coating. He does. I think his boxes are outsourced CNC, but still, it doesn't have that ham and lean to it that we're all accustomed to. It's a nice clean box. Out of a 10 rating, I would give this a 7.5 to an 8. Like I said, it's clean. It is what it is. I'd be curious to see if they're going to start doing regulated mods, and if they are, what type of price range they'd be doing on those. But that's all I've got for today. Thank you for watching. As always, be safe. Don't criticize those because they vape differently than you. Praise them because they're vaping. And on that note, everyone have a great day.